Good evening, folks. Thanks for joining us here on Bethel Sports Network. Tonight, we've got the 10th-ranked Pilots and the 12th-ranked Marian Knights. We may look a little different tonight. It's beach night here at the Y Camp Athletic Center. The fans are ready. We're ready. You better be ready because it's going to be a fantastic game tonight. Oh, Griff, here we are again. You and I have yet to call a loss. We hope it stays that way tonight.
Hey, yeah,
a big test for the Pilots. 12th ranked Marian. It's going to be Patrick Bell and Gage Ott to tip it off. Little housekeeping for you here. Luke Fisher is out tonight. He is in street clothes on the sideline. So Ryan Wassink getting the start. Right off the bat, Clay Yo to the rack, no good. Ball tipped around, and Marian comes up with it. That's number 11, Chad Roberts. Back the other way is Marian. Roberts is going to line up a three, no good. Clay coming back. It's Caleb Ochin. Wass driving in, and almost a jump ball. No call there. Wass is able to get the pass out. They're going to go down low. Gage Ott driving in, and a charge called on Gage.
And this seems like the theme of every game we call. It's like Gage Ott cannot stay out of foul trouble. Let's hope he can be a little smarter today, and let's keep him in the game for this whole first half.
Well, and no Luke Fisher means that Gage really has to be careful with that because that shortens up the bench. Paul Foreman would be the first guy in. You hope Gage can go a good while without getting that second foul.
Yeah, and we hit on Deion Smith earlier, and they've got a great post game on the block with him and Patrick Bell. So us staying out of foul trouble and be able to defensively stop them is going to be a key tonight.
Well, there's a turnover for the Knights. Ochin coming back. He's going to swing it out. Clay Yo, extra pass in the corner. Travis Smith, no good.
And that's a look you don't mind him taking with, when he was early in the shot clock, but he's proven all year he's been able to knock it down, so it's good that you see him shoot with confidence.
Roberts now giving it up to Deion Smith. Smith leaves it off to Bell. Bell trying to make a move on Clay Yo. He loses the ball, and that's going to stay with the Knights. No possession change, so 9 seconds on the shot clock. We talked about Deion averaging 16 points, 8 rebounds. Dwight Cliff averaging 11 points, 8 rebounds. So like you said, that post presence strong for the Knights. And an and one there, yep. Caleb Ochin touched him on the shot. That's Caleb Begel.
Yeah, and that's the golden rule of defending a jump shooter. You never touch him.
He did there, and that gets the Knights the first points of the night, a 2-0 lead and a shot for the three-point play, which Begel hits with ease. So it's 3-0 Knights, minute and a half into this one here. Back come the Pilots with Caleb Ochin. Clay Yo now going to swing it out. Nice pass, and Caleb off the foot. That was a great pass by Clay, and Caleb just lost it out of bounds.
That's an uncharacteristic mistake there by Caleb Ochin. He's usually very, very good with taking care of the ball, so hopefully that has become a theme tonight.
Here back comes Roberts. And almost turnover there. Finally swinging it back out to Smith. And Smith takes a three, no good. Rebound, Travis Smith. See if the Pilots can get on the board. Up ahead, Gage, nice grab. And off the glass. Good adjustment there by Gage. He jumped a little early.
Yeah, he did, but he's still able to corral it and finish it and get the Pilots on the board tonight.
Deion Smith now. Now Begel trying to drive in, has nowhere to go, has to reset, and Yo stealing it. Begel able to get it back. Ball flying around, and it's Chad Roberts. The shot clock did not reset, and they call a foul on the shot. And man, Travis is just, he's got to be able to back it. That's a late in the shot clock.
Yep.
Roberts on the season averages under 2 points a game, so he's out there for defense.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we just got to be a little smarter there. I mean, there's a broken play. like you said, late in the shot clock when we bail a scorer out that really would never have any business out there to begin with.
Going to get 3 free throws here as he makes the first one. Roberts here. So at the 17-26 mark, Chad Roberts hits 2 free throws and he's above his season scoring average. So it's a tough play there by Travis Smith, and now he has a foul, as do Ochin and Gage Ott. So hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt the Pilots here. Ochin now with the ball, looking for somewhere to go. They're going to go in the corner to Clay Yo. Clay has it back. He's going to fire up a 3. No good. Wass, the offensive putback, and good. Nice play there by Ryan Wassing, getting the offensive putback.
Yep, it's nice to see him back full health. I mean, he's been back for a while now, but it's nice to see him finally, the true Ryan Wassing, we should say, minus the thoughts of that knee injury he probably has. Got that trust back finally, and it looks good out there.
Going to go down low, falling, almost traveling, gets the pass out to Dion Smith. Driving in, free throw line jumper, no good. Nochin with the rebound. And it's knocked away. That one's by Patrick Bell, and plenty of subs into the game right now. Paul Foreman, Jordan Kuhn in for the Pilots.
Yes,
and
some early subs for the Pilots.
For Marian, you have number 4, Wesley Stowers, and number 30, Nick Painter. Now, interestingly enough, Stowers has played in every game this season. He's only started 4, but he is the Knights' leading scorer as Clay Yo turns the ball over. 17 points a game for Stowers, so look out. But Begel coming back, knocking home a 3. Marian jumping out to an 8-4 lead here, 16 to go in the first half.
Yeah, and it's our typical Pilots, man, that slow start that we were generous enough not to get last game, I should say.
And Jordan Kuhn sends that one out of bounds. There's miscommunication between him and Gage Ott. So another turnover for the Pilots. That's our first media timeout. 8-4, Marian on top here, and like we said, a slow start for the Pilots. Just 4 points through the first 4 minutes. Marian hasn't gotten off to really a much better start offensively, but they have been able to get on the board, and Begel has gotten off to a fantastic start. Coming back now from the under-16 timeout, it will be Marian ball, and really for the Pilots, it's been turnovers, and it's been unforced turnovers. You had Ochin dribbling it off his foot, Clay threw it away down low, Jordan Kuhn just threw it away, so the Pilots just got to take care of the basketball.
Yeah, and you know, one thing I noticed with Marian out of the gate right here is that they're getting the balls that we're accustomed to see the Pilots getting to, like on the floor right there, that diving ball that Begel came and got after Clay picked the guy driving, Smith driving, I should say. We're used to someone getting on the floor and taking it our way, but they're just beating us to the hustle plays right now.
Here is Stowers. Gonna give it up to Begel. Cliff now driving in on Gage Ott off the glass, and good. Gage Ott now with the ball, gives it off. Caleb Ochin's going to take a jumper, no good. Rebound to Dion Smith. And you're looking now, that's a charge. Oh, it looked like Clay was just about there. It goes Marian's way. An and 1 for Dion Smith. Good finish through the contact by Smith. I thought Clay was there.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, if anything, that was one of those, you know, it can go either way, but I definitely thought he was there. But good finish by Smith, and that's what he can do. He's a quality post player.
He does complete it. It's a 13-4 Knight lead, and this is the biggest deficit the Pilots have faced in over a week. They ran roughshod last week over Mount Vernon and Taylor, and facing some early struggles here as Caleb Ochen's fouled on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we just need to take care of the basketball. I mean, we haven't got anything going offensively this far, and that's because of turnovers.
So Ryan Wassink coming back in, going to give Gage a breather. And the inbound play to Clay Yo off the glass. And this season, that has been a big, big help offensively for the Pilots. Those inbounds plays have been ran seamlessly, and Clay gets a lot of really good looks.
Yeah, and a lot of teams, they run inbounds plays just to get the ball in. But Coach Leifa has a bunch in stock that he runs to score, and Clay's the perfect position for that. He can drive, hit a three, so.
Painter giving it off to Stoley. He's going to try to reset. Deep three. Yeah, Paul Foreman's got to get out there and have a hand up. That was deep, but that's certainly in Stoley's range. Stowers' range. Going to give it up. Wassink's going to try to answer. Woefully missed. Clay driving in, and that's good. No call either way. I think both coaches wanted a call. 8-16 Marian lead.
Yeah, we definitely didn't want the call to come our way because that would have been 2 on Clay, and that would have put us in a big, big hole, but another terrible foul.
And Paul Foreman just reaching up late. When you get beat in that situation, I mean, he made the first attempt, you throw that other hand up, you don't know where you're going. More times than not, you're going to end up fouling a guy.
Yep, exactly what he did there.
So Smith will get 2 freebies here. And he hits the first one. Smith on the season, a 76% free throw shooter. So for a big guy that does a lot of his work down low, certainly if you're hitting at a 76% clip, that is very good for a big man. Hits them both there. Hasn't missed one yet tonight.
I think we'd take a 76% clip for any of our big men this year, the way we shot 3 throws.
Handing it off, Clay Yo trying to drive in, got nowhere to go, kicks it back out. Travis Smith over to Jordan Kuhn. Clay driving in, over to Travis for 3. He's got it.
Perfect. Good find there by Clay, and good shot by Travis Smith. I mean, we've become used to seeing that all year.
And a steal by Jordan Kuhn. Up ahead. And he's fouled. Oh, that was off the backboard.
That's going down. That
has to go down.
3-point play.
That was right over the cylinder, and the officials are going to talk about it. No way that doesn't go.
Yes.
Yep.
Good call.
So that's going to be Painter on the goaltend. The foul, Jake Mills, the freshman out of Noblesville. And Gage Ott going to check back in. So Jordan Kuhn doing Jordan Kuhn type thing, stealing it, getting out and running. We'll see if he can hit the free throw. And he gets it to roll home. So back to a 4-point game, 13.5 to go in the first half. And Painter's going to bring it up the floor for the Knights. That's Darius Mitchell looking for some help out to Stowers. Down to Painter, turnaround jumper, rolling around and no good. Rebound to Jordan Kuhn. They're going to swing it around. It's Travis Smith looking for somewhere to go. Now it's Clay Yo out to Wasp, back down to Clay, looking for something. Jordan Kuhn now, he's just going to take a 3. Wow. And Stowers trying to get it back inbound. He had nobody to give it to. Pilots getting a free possession out of it.
Yeah, that's 2 bad misses we've thrown up there from 3 so far this game. I don't know what's going on there, but that needs to be addressed fast.
Yeah, Wass and Jordan Kuhn both missing badly. Clay Yo not missing badly. Hand in the face, didn't matter.
Yeah, it takes a special player to hit that shot right there. I mean, there's nothing more a good defender could do but block the shot. I mean, he was in perfect position right there, and it didn't matter. Clay knocked it down.
Mitchell now down to Stowers. Good defense by Trav. Good recovery. He was beat. Contested the shot. Back comes Jordan Kuhn. They're going to swing it over to Clay. Clay driving in, loses his man, no good. Ball getting knocked around, and a foul called on Wasink as he hits the deck.
Yeah, Wasink was a little against the gun there, trying to keep up with Stowers down there, but good hustle by Waz.
Clayo going to take a breather. Caleb Ochin back in the game. And this is always an interesting thing for the Pilots. When Clayo takes a seat, who is the guy you go to? Who can create their own shot and get some offense going for you?
Yeah, that's always been the million-dollar question for us so far this year. In a close game like this, someone's got to step up.
And that's going to go against Cliff. Travis Smith ended up on the floor, and Cliff gets tagged with the foul. It'll be Pilot ball, a Marian turnover. Jordan Kuhn now driving baseline, gets hacked, and he'll head to the free throw line for two, and that'll should take us to our under 12 timeout. Looks like it won't. They're going to let him shoot the free throw, so 11:24 on the clock, and Smooth can tie and even give the Pilots the lead here. He does tie it up.
Smooth's had a couple nice games as of late.
Yeah, he's
playing pretty well.
And he hits both free throws, give the Pilots a 1-point lead, but he struggled a little bit at Grace as far as shooting the ball goes. Wasn't really hitting shots, but now against Mount Vernon Taylor, he had a fantastic game, and so far this evening he's played very well as Stowers misses the shot.
Yeah, we can't forget about that dunk. That dunk was, like you said, play of the year.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to forget about that dunk. Smooth almost loses it. He's able to kick it out to Was, and they'll reset. Ochin now getting a screen. Wrap it back up to Was, driving in, almost loses it. Ochin's going to fire away a three ball, and he's got it.
Nice little jab step there to give him some room to get the shot off. Great shot there by Etchen there on the left wing.
Deion Smith now going to kick it out to Beggles, going to take a jumper, and he hits it. Pilots leading 22-20. Caleb Ochin up ahead. Going baseline, corner three, Travis Smith, no good. That would have really got this place rocking had he hit that three. Ended up Painter off the glass and good.
Good find there.
Halfway through the first half, all tied up at 22 apiece. Wasink a wide open three, and he's got it! Pilots back up on top. Well, I tell you what, we've talked, Was had some bad luck, some balls rimming out on him, but if you give him that open of a look from three,
he's hitting it.
It's going to go down.
He is hitting it. It's good to see him get his first one to go there. Well, second one, I should say.
Well, I mean, for his career, he's over 40%, so absolutely a weapon out there. Stowers coming back, trying to answer, no good. Jordan Kuhn now with the ball, getting a screen. And Caleb Ochin's going to get a new play going here for the Pilots. Give it up to Was. That ball's tipped out. Open three for Smooth. Front iron, no good. Painter now with the ball. Going to give it up to Deion Smith. Smith can hit some threes, so certainly have to keep a hand up out there on him. Begel now trying to make a move, going to kick it out to Deion Smith. Free throw line jumper, no good, and Travis Smith dragging down the rebound. Jordan Kuhn's going to kick it back. Ryan Wassink wants another, no good. Up ahead to Painter, and he throws it down. Timeout, Marian. Coach Harris wants to talk to his boys, but with 8:15 on the clock, Nick Painter out in transition, jamming it home.
That was a good run, a good find by Stowers again. I mean, I've been impressed with Stowers so far, his ability to score and distribute the basketball. And it's going to be interesting to see because judging Marian, though, thus far into the game, they want to get out and run just as bad as the Pilots do. And I don't think we've met a team that wanted to push it with that tempo as bad as we did all year.
Well, and you always have to be careful about missed threes because that's when guys are going to be out in transition running. You've already got guys out on the three-point line with a head start going the other way. So missed threes, you've got to be getting back, and Nick Painter had a head start on everybody.
Exactly. You hit it right on the head there, my friend.
It's going to be Was to inbound it. Pilot ball leading 25-24 out of the Marian timeout. Clay Yo with the ball, going to give it up to Travis Smith. They're playing a little two-man game there. Yo, step back three, no good. And the rebound to Dwight Cliff. Going to go down low to Bell. No good, and a foul over the back called on Patrick Bell.
That was good defense there by Foreman. I mean, even when Bell wanted to make his move, he had nowhere to go. It was kind of a little turn and pray with the left hand. I hope it goes in.
Well, that's our under 8 timeout. Pilots still leading 25-24. And if Marian stays with the same lineup, they certainly have a big post presence going out there. We've already talked about Deion Smith and Dwight Cliff. And then you throw Patrick Bell out there, who's 6'10". So they're playing very big right now. Is Marian. They've even got Nick Painter out there who has some size. Nick 6'7", so playing pretty big right now is Marian. They're going to try to run with that. The Pilots just had Paul Foreman check in, so they're going to try to counteract some of that size and physicality. And that has been, especially these last couple years, when Bethel and Marian have played, usually both teams have pretty efficient offenses, yet when they get together, the game is more 70-ish, and it's because both of these teams just start throwing punches at each other. It gets very physical when these two teams meet.
Yeah, and you can already tell it is right now. You see some of the guys, jawing a little bit under their breaths or saying something after a play in the post, but, I don't mind seeing that at all. It's a fun game, when they battle back and forth and everyone's taking each other's best shots, so it's always been exciting, and I'm looking forward to another exciting one tonight.
Well, I know last year when Marian came to Mishawaka, as Caleb Ochin gets fouled on a jumper, he'll shoot a couple. But anyways, last year Marian came to Mishawaka. It was a double overtime 90-85 game. So they played an extra 10 minutes and still only got it to 90 and 85. So absolutely just a testament to how hard these two teams go at it.
Yep.
Ochin comes to the line here. He hits it, and giving the Pilots a 2-point lead. And knock on wood, but the Pilots have yet to miss a free throw.
That's something, isn't it?
That's got to be a record, going 10-plus minutes without missing a free throw. Painter now going to give it up to Begel. Deion Smith going to back down Travis Smith, and no good. And a foul going the other way on Deion Smith. That was great defense there from Trav. He was certainly outmatched.
The one thing we've learned about Travis Smith of this 4 years, he may be the smallest guy out there, but he's never outmatched in heart.
He's never going to back down and not going to give an easy look, and that puts the Pilots in the bonus. So they're shooting free throws here on out. It's a 1-and-1 for Travis Smith. And he hits it.
Man, we are cooking from the charity stripe tonight.
It's kind of one of those things, kind of waiting for the rug to get pulled out. Like, what? This is not the Pilots that we are used to seeing.
Well, I sure hope that doesn't happen.
Well, Travis is able to hit them both. 29-24 now. Back comes Wesley Stowers. Marian wrapping the ball around. They ended up in Nick Painter's hand. Stowers a three, no good. Back comes Caleb Ochin. Gonna swing it down. Paul Foreman gets fouled, and he'll head to the line for two.
Yeah, Stowers has struggled later down the stretch in this half. Got a couple to go off at the start of the game, and just hasn't been able to get really much going since.
Well, these last few minutes, the Pilots have really just started to bang it out down low, and it's working in their favor. There's that dunk that Painter had, and that finally rolls out for a Pilots missed free throw, but Nick Painter had that dunk at about the 8:15 mark, and now the last minute and a half has taken a while, and it's because the Pilots have been getting to the line.
If we hit him, I don't mind that they get to the line. If we don't.
Well, Paul does miss them both, keeping it a 29-24 game. Smith gives up the open look. Beckel step back three over Paul Foreman, bouncing around, tipped out, and Caleb Ochin ends up with the rebound. Foreman now trying to make a move. He gets two guys on him. Jordan Kuhn gets it blocked, bouncing around. Wass ends up with it, kicking it out. And Caleb Ochin taking advantage. Wow. Everybody was looking around. No Marian player knew where the ball was at.
I mean, everyone was just sitting there looking at the basket. And here comes Ochin in for the easy layup. He's a good heady play there. Smart play by Ochin.
And Ochin goes down. And a foul called on Beckel. Clay Yo giving a little yell over to the bench. He's fired up. He's headed to the line for two. The Pilots are starting to clamp down on the night.
Yeah, great defense by the Pilots so far. I mean, Marian really hasn't been able to do much of anything so far tonight.
1-1 here for Clay Yo. And he hits the front end. Gage Ott checked back in. It's a good breather for Ryan Wassink. He's been going at it down low. He just got that last offensive rebound. He was getting beat up.
Yeah, he's been playing hard tonight.
And Clay gets the second one to roll home.
And he stayed out of foul trouble. I mean,
Stowers now back on offense, gives it up. They go down low to Bell, and off-balance shot, but way to get it to go there by Bell.
And that move look real awkward there.
Ends a 2.5-minute Marian scoring drought. Caleb Ochin trying to make a move. Had to pick up, get it out to Jordan Kuhn. Time winding down the shot clock. Gage got to make a move to the basket. No good. Gets his own miss. Back up and one.
Way to stay with it there, Gage.
Gage Ott getting physical down low, getting his own miss. Through the contact and one. We'll see if he can hit the free throw and give the Pilots a double-digit lead.
A great job of keeping the play alive there by Gage.
And he does hit the free throw, so double-digit lead. First time either team's had one tonight. Marian was up 9 at one point. Stowers coming back on offense, trying to get Marian rolling in the right direction. And down low, Deion Smith, and he's fouled by Jordan Kuhn. And it'll be a 1-and-1 for Deion Smith.
That's a good idea on the help there by Kuhn, but you just got to keep your hands off. Because we've seen all year, they're going to call it every time.
Smith does hit the first one. Both free throws good there from Deion. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Pilots leading 36-28. Clay O driving in. Gets the pass out to Jordan Kuhn. Clay trying to make a move right down the lane. Euro step and it rolls in. What a play by Clay Yo.
And isn't it amazing how much ground he covers with his first dribble? It just always astonishes me. Holy cow.
And a dribble and 2 steps. He went from the three-point line to the rack. Got it to go home. Deion Smith now trying to make a move on Travis Smith, and he shoots over top of him. So Deion is having a nice night for the Knights. So far, though, he has not had much in the way of help. Clay O driving down the lane, high up off the glass.
Got it.
And Clay O just keeps going back at it, answering Marian every time they score. He has hit some circus shots so far tonight.
The basket looks like an ocean so far for Clay tonight.
Stowers back on offense, now kicks it out. Darius Mitchell, 3-ball, no good, back iron. Stowers the offensive rebound though. Down to Deion Smith, he gets double teamed, swinging it out to Mitchell. Step back 3, that one's good. Nice shot there from Darius Mitchell, and a timeout called by Mike Lightfoot with 3:14 to go in the first half. It's a 40-33 Pilot advantage, and really they got off to that start. Pilots were down 13-4, and the offense has really been clicking here as of late.
Yeah, we found our offense. I mean, we always do at some point in the game, right? It's just always that slow start that comes out to bite us in the butt, but Clay Yo right now, I mean, he just can't seem to miss. I mean, I don't know. That's a good problem to have, I guess.
Yeah, Clay has certainly gotten going, and as Clay goes, a lot of the times the Pilots will go. Not to say that he's the only weapon the Pilots have, but when he's making shots like that, you can't not give him the ball. And when he's rolling, this offense tends to be rolling.
Yeah, you're right. No disrespect to anyone else on the team, but, you know, when Clay plays at a very high level, it just seems like the team follows. So I think you're exactly right with that.
We'll see here out of the timeout from Coach Lightfoot, a 40-33 Pilot lead. And for the last 3-4 minutes or so, it's been that 7 to 10 point range the Pilots have been keeping it at. So certainly if they can just keep it here heading into halftime, these final 3 minutes, just keep Marian at bay, because sooner or later you would have to think someone is going to step up around Deion Smith. Marian's going to get clicking offensively, and you need to give yourself a gap before they start doing that.
Definitely. I mean, Stowers has struggled. I mean, we both know he's very capable, so you're exactly right. Just got to weather this lead we have, extend it, and not let anyone else on Marian go off, because we know Smith's going to get his.
A foul called down low on number 31, Matt Gray. Him and Gage out were getting tangled up, so Gage will get a couple free throws out of it.
Yeah, me and you were talking to see if that guy could switch himself on and on. I think Clay Yo left his on switch in the on position tonight. Funny costume that guy's got on.
Gage able to hit both free throws. Pilots back up by 8. They hit 1 of 2, rather. Stowers now with the ball. He's got Gage out on him. He's going to kick it out to Gray. Nice jumper there from Matt Gray. And when big guys can institute a jump shot into their game,
such an advantage.
Yeah.
And when you can step.
What a take from Jordan Kuhn. Right down the lane, up and under. Got it to roll home, and the Pilots, man, they are driving and getting anything they want tonight.
Yes, they are playing extremely well tonight. Finishing at the basket, which sometimes we have a problem with, taking contact and still finishing our moves, but very sound tonight for the Pilots thus far.
Stowers now with Gage on him. Driving into the lane, pull-up jumper. He's got it. Jordan Kuhn now in the corner, going to go down low to Gage. Gage trying to make a move, and he gets hacked by Gray.
I mean, there was no attempt to play a defense there by Gray. Nope. He just fouled him as soon as he lost position.
He's going to make Gage go to the line and earn him. And Gage is able to hit the first. Gage goes 2 for 2 at the line to continue what has been an impressive night at the charity stripe for the Pilots. Stowers with the ball. He's going to give it up to Dion Smith. Dion spinning around. Gets it blocked away by Gage Ott. Kuhn ends up with it. Up ahead to Clay. Clay called for hooking Jake Mills. It'll be a turnover back to Marian, and Ryan Wassink going to check in for Clay because that is his second. Final minute 20 here.
That's one person we do not need in foul trouble though. Ever. At that.
And you hope here this final minute 20 that this lineup with no Clay Yo can keep things right where it's at. Stowers driving in, kick out in the corner 3. Darius Mitchell, that's his second 3.
And that's
5-point game.
And you just hit on that point. I mean, they've got to have someone step up other than Dion Smith. And right now, it's 2 nice threes by Mitchell there in the last 5 minutes of this half.
Ochin almost loses it. Trying to drive in, almost loses it again. Give it up to Wass. Gage, nice
Good
pass. Gage out. Little roll reversal there. Gage handing it off to Caleb Ochin off the glass and good.
Yeah, good find by Gage there.
Coming up on the final 20 seconds. Marian does have to take a shot. There's about a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Going to go down low to Gray. And Travis, no call there. And he missed the open look. Up ahead to Jordan Kuhn. 6 seconds on the clock. They've got time. Travis Smith trying to step back. Jordan Kuhn got to get a shot off. 1 second. It's good if it goes.
Got it.
And he got it. Jordan Kuhn beating the buzzer. It hit every part of the rim and the glass, but it's good. And the Pilots lead 49-40 at halftime.
Well, that was some nice momentum there for the Pilots to take into halftime. Good shot there by Jordan Kuhn.
I mean, what a turn of events. Travis Smith, you're used to him getting those calls. I mean, he's very good at guiding the official to make that charge call. Doesn't get the call. Gray has a wide open look, misses off the glass, and then Jordan Kuhn, the wherewithal, understands how much time's left, drives in. The fadeaway shot. Pilots have hit some insane shots in the first half.
Oh, yeah, between Jordan and Clay Yo, I mean, they've thrown it up there however they wanted to, and it seemed like it's going to go in. But all in all, great half by the Pilots. And come on, keep that same intensity in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to keep going at it offensively if you are the Pilots, because you did hit some tough shots. You can't expect to always hit those tough shots, but they ran their offense effectively and were still able to get to the rack, and that was the big part. They were able to get to the rack. They hit their free throws. Very good offensive game plan by the Pilots in the first half.
Yeah, that's what me and you joked about. We're at the line, and we're not missing free throws. We're like, what is wrong? What is wrong? But, great job by the Pilots so far. And, I mean, one interesting factoid to keep in mind for the second half is if the 2 fouls Clayo has. So
Okay, folks, we're going to get a little halftime entertainment here. We have a Michael Jackson impersonator on Bethel's campus for our halftime show. We usually have some kind of fun going on at halftime, and this is it tonight.
wow.
Well, all right.
Pretty good so far.
Yeah, some days we get a cheerleading show. Some days we get a three-point contest. Tonight we have young Michael Jackson.
All in all, not entertainment that I would ever pay for, but hey,
No, yeah, I mean,
bring in what you can.
that's why you gotta, tune in, folks. You never know what you're gonna see at the Y Camp Athletic Center. It could be in the middle of a game, it could be at halftime, but something is always gonna go on that's going to make me and Griff stop and look at each other.
What is this kid like? 6 years old and he already dances way better than
I
think about dancing.
I don't know about you. I can't do that. If I tried to do that, I'd need a lot of ice afterwards, a long break. My pride would never recover.
And we need social media to just abolish, because we'd be the butt of everybody.
Oh yeah. You want to talk about entertainment though? On Saturday, we touched on it. If you missed Jordan Kuhn's dunk, just go to the Bethel Hoops Facebook page somewhere. It's everywhere on Bethel sites. I did not know he could do that.
No, I don't. Me and you both. I mean, I think it was probably a surprise to a lot of people if me and you didn't know that as well. So he's got some bunnies hitting. He doesn't really bring them out that often, does he?
No, I mean, we see him in warm-ups all the time doing stuff like that. And I mean, he's taking full runs to the basket, just kind of just getting it just barely to go on a dunk. And the other day, I mean, that was a two-step power dribble through a defender.
Yeah, when you think of those dunks, you think like Michael Kidd-Gilchrist or someone like that that just oozes athleticism.
Folks, as our entertainment here keeps going, we got some stats for you from that first half. On the Bethel side, one Pilot got into double digits, and surprise, surprise, it was Clay O at 13. Both Caleb Ocham and Jordan Kuhn had 9. Gage Ott had 8, and then Travis Smith and Ryan Wassing each with 5. So, I mean, I feel like we say this at every halftime, but the Pilots spreading the love. No one player. Clay Yo, obviously the leader, but everybody's stepping up. And then for Marian, you have Deion Smith at 9, Caleb Begel at 8, Darius Mitchell 6, Wesley Stowers 5, Nick Painter 4, and then Patrick Bell, Dwight Cliff, and Matt Gray all have 2. So they're spreading it out as well. It just seems like if Deion Smith doesn't get something to run through him,
they're not really scoring.
Yeah, and to the Pilots' credit though, Deion Smith 5 of his 9 from the free throw line. He's 2 of 8 from the field. So the Pilots have done all they can. It's just sooner or later, if you run 10 plus possessions through a guy, he's gonna get points on the board. The Pilots can live with that when you're up 49-40.
Yeah, I mean, you run an offense through somebody, I mean, obviously, they're going to score. And, I mean, a player of his caliber, I mean, he's been an all-conference performer the last couple of seasons. And, I mean, you're not just going to completely hold him down, like, compared to, like, say, a Steph Curry. I mean, you can only hope to contain him and his other teammates don't go off.
The percentages, we talked about the Pilots' free throw line. They were 13 of 16 in the first half. For the Pilots to get to the line 16 times in the half is impressive enough. The way they've played, making 13 of them is out of this world. Marian not doing too bad themselves, 8 of 9 from the line. From three-point land, the Knights 4 of 10. Pilots 4 of 11, so playing pretty even right there. And overall, Marian 14 of 30 for 46%. The Pilots 16 of 29 for 55% from the field. So when you're shooting 55% and a half, you can live with a lot of other things. And when they're hitting 80% at the line, Pilots are really feeling good.
Yeah, I think there's been some games we've called that we haven't even got to the line 16 times in a full game. Yeah. And we got to the line 16 times in the first half. I mean, that just speaks to the aggression we're playing with, and for them to go there and hit. This is 13 out of the 16 free throws. I mean, I know they defied me.
There's been times, I don't know about you, it's felt like we've missed 13 for a game, not made 13 and a half. So Pilots, hey, give them credit. We've talked all season. That's something you can fix if you want to bad enough. And so far tonight, the Pilots have done a really good job. They did really well Saturday against Taylor, it seems. So just start, this is where the point in your season, you got to start fixing those things that can hold you back later on. And it seems so far the Pilots have been doing that. As far as the Crossroads League standings goes, as we kind of change over conversation, St. Francis leading the way still. IWU is sitting second, just a game back, and the Pilots are third, a game behind Indiana Wesleyan. Now, that is huge because the Pilots head down to IWU on Saturday. So if you can hold out and win here, at worst you're a game behind IWU and you play them still. You're 2 games behind St. Francis, you play them once. So you're going to need help catching St. Francis, but you can catch IWU. And certainly still a lot laid out in front of the Pilots. They don't completely control their own destiny, but they're still right in the thick of the Crossroads League.
Yeah, and it's like we said, we always speak volumes to the league from top to bottom. And do you come to the game unprepared or look over an opponent that maybe you don't think is worthy of your respect and consideration, I mean, they're going to beat you. And they've proved it time and time again that this conference is tough. You can't take anyone lightly. So, I mean, St. Francis, even though out there at the top and they play great ball year, I mean, they're not safe. Anyone could knock them off at any time. So I think if the Pilots take care of this and it's business Saturday, I think we're in good shape.
Well, and to the Pilots' credit, as many, even if they can't win the Crossroads League overall, at least if you get to that second place, which they still can, that gives you 2 home games in the Crossroads League tournament. And as many games as you can get here at home, even though those games are going to happen over spring break, those games usually aren't the most packed, but you don't have to travel. You get to sleep in your own bed the night before. Whatever fans do show up are going to be your fans. So that's huge. And to have that advantage would be huge, especially if you're looking ahead and you're thinking it's going to be you and IWU in that 2-3. You'd much rather have them come up here than have to drive down to Marian and play them there.
Yeah, that sense of familiarity is huge. just, going through that same routine of a home game, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just nothing like it, I guess you should say. Like, playing a home game, I mean, it cannot be simulated, like, unless it's on this floor. And, I mean, we played so good on this floor. I mean, even though it's on spring break, I could see with the magnitude of the game.
Yeah, I know usually that ends up being my spring break is going around with the team. And I know each of the last couple of years, I've gone down to Iowa. We played 2 years ago. We played them in the semifinals last year. The finals, both of those games, packed house down there. 2 years ago, we beat Grace in the finals at home in the middle of the week at spring break. I mean, it was a packed house. Now, that's Bethel Grace. Not every game is Bethel Grace, but still packed house. And it was here. You didn't have to go down to Winona Lake. You didn't have to go down to Iowa. So to get as many games as you can here would just be huge. And the Pilots still have that opportunity laid out in front of them.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you spoke to earlier, I mean, we've got that destiny at least in our own hands. Yeah. I mean, we can control that destiny Saturday. I mean, we just
if you take care of your business, if you beat, if you win out, that means you sweep St. Francis. And all it takes is one other. All it takes is Iowa or Grace or a Marian to knock off St. Francis, and you have the tiebreaker and you win the Crossroads League.
Yeah, and I mean, it very well could happen too. And I mean,
now certainly that being said, this week right here, including this game, is one of the, if not the biggest stretch of the Pilots season. Because Marian, 12th ranked team, the last time we played Marian, they were ranked 4th. They've been as high as 2. So this is a high talent, high caliber team you have here tonight, and still a lot of basketball to play.
Yes,
and then you have to head down to Indiana Wesley on Saturday. So you've got to, I mean, it's tough to say. It's tough to tell a team, hey, go beat 2 possible top 5 teams in 1 week. But the Pilots got to do that this week.
Yeah, they do. And talking to all those guys and what they've done in the season they're having so far, I mean, none of them seem like they're not up for the test. I mean, they're all hard workers. And I don't have any, I mean, I'm part of the Bethel faithful, thick and thin, but I have no doubt they'll get it done. But that's just the Bethel talking to me, I guess.
Well, and, we say this as far as Bethel goes. We said this tonight. It's tough to win this game. You've already beaten Marian once. It's tough to beat a team twice. You can say the same for Bethel heading down to Iowa on Saturday. Iowa beat us already. It's tough to beat a team twice in the Crossroads League.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's tough any time to beat a team twice. I mean, you come in, I mean, scouting reports, whatever, but I mean, it's why it's so different from paper to the court. I mean, a scouting report can tell you what to do, what they like to do so much, but until you get into the game, you don't really know. And I mean, it's unfamiliar that first game, and the second game, I mean.
And that's the thing, that second game, not only is there familiarity, someone got beat that first game. So someone is coming in with a chip on their shoulder in the second game. They don't want to get swept and have to go a whole year without beating a rival.
Yep.
And you add on the fact that it's Bethel Iowa Saturday. That game, that place is going to be packed. I know last year Iowa was 1 when Bethel went down there. There was some, close to, 4,000 people packed in that gym.
Yep.
It's the most they've ever had in that gym. It was a great game. It came down to the final second. I mean, Clay hit a shot with some 10 seconds left. Iowa missed a buzzer. I mean, it was a fantastic game. It lived up to it. I have no doubt there's going to be that atmosphere again Saturday, even if it's not a number 1 versus a number 7, whatever Bethel was at the time.
Yep.
But certainly a big matchup. Still a big 20 minutes here for the Pilots tonight.
Oh, a huge 20 minutes. I mean, 9 points isn't a lead to hang your hat on and call it a night. I mean, we've seen time and time again through these years how great comebacks, and I mean, and this is a capable team. It's not like we're playing a high school freshman team that we can just absolutely stop. Like you just said, this is a potential top 5 team in the NAIA.
Well, and the Pilots, especially Clay Yo, has got to be real careful. Yes. He had 2 fouls in that first half, so if he gets a foul too early here, the Pilots could go a considerable amount of time without him. So he's got to be very careful early on.
Yeah, and that's one thing we touched on to start the show was, when Clay isn't scoring or in one of his insane zones where he's just throwing up everything and it's going in. I mean, who around them is going to step up as a consistent scorer? And I mean, hopefully we don't find this scenario tonight, but if we could, we may have the answer to our question. Which pilot will show up if Clay gets in foul trouble? But knock on wood, let's just hope that doesn't happen.
So we come down here to start the second half. It will be Marian ball. Pilots leading 49-40. Marian's going to be going left to right across your screen. It will be Chad Roberts. Deion Smith's going to start it off with a 3-ball. We said he's got that in his repertoire, and he hits that one.
Nice little start to the half there for Marian.
Going to go down low to Clay. Clay trying to make a move on Deion. Dumps it off. Wass gets hit in the face.
Man.
He got elbowed right in the eye. No foul called. That's a big miss there.
Yeah, it looked like definitely something should have been called there. He took a nice little shot to the side of his left side of his face.
Begel now with the ball. Wasink on him. It is Deion Smith. 5 seconds. Begel puts up a 3, no good. Clay on the rebound. And Clay to the rack, no good. Gage offensive rebound, and he's fouled. Going back up. Good play there by Gage.
That was a good board. There was a slew of players down there in that lane from Marian, and Gage somehow came up with this. So good play, good extra bonus there. Second chance points got him to the free throw line.
And Gage able to hit the first free throw. And he hits them both, so Gage continues his good night at the line. Roberts now, and a foul called.
That's his second, so 2 pilots that need to watch it the second half.
Begel up top. Gonna go down low, Dwight Cliff. Cliff trying to fight through, and it's knocked away. Ochin getting out and running. Travis thought about a 3, didn't take it. Nice play there by Caleb Ochin. Great find through the double team.
Good finish there by Gage.
Back to a 10-point Pilot lead. They've got Smith trapped on the baseline. He's got to call a timeout. Good defense there by Gage and Travis. Just a 30-second timeout here at the 18:08 mark. Pilots up 53-43. Gage has gotten himself into double figures. He's up to 12 now.
And a nice little finisher on that feed by Edgin on the last possession. I mean, that's going to be a key for the Pilots down the stretch, is being able to finish at the rack with the physicality that they possess down on the low block. So far, the first half, and so far in the second half, we've done a very nice job of that.
Roberts to inbound it here. Going to go up top. He sails it over half court, but Painter's able to track it down. Painter and Smith were not expecting that ball to go that far.
Yeah, that was a pass. That was, I don't know where he was throwing that, but that was way off the mark.
Smith's going to take a 3, back iron, no good. Rebound to Wasink.
Oh,
Clay driving in. He's fouled by Bell. And they're saying, I believe that was on the shot, so Clay will shoot 2.
I mean, that was good defensive position by Bell, but his last 3 fouls, he just uses so much of his body because he's such a physical player, and that's not going to work with the way the game's being called nowadays.
And can't get it to roll home. And Clay does get the second one. 11-point Pilot lead. Smith now going to swing it over to Chad Roberts. He's got a 3. Chad Roberts, that's his first made shot of the night. Had a couple free throws in the first half.
Yeah, we've let him about, what, triple his average now?
Yep.
1 point a game.
Wass trying to make a move, looking for somewhere to go. They leave him for an open jumper, and he's got it.
There we go.
Defenders got crossed up. Both guys walked away from him, and why not, Ryan, have an open look?
Like we said in the first half, he's going to hit those open looks 9 out of 10 times.
Smith driving in. Nice take. Couldn't finish. Ball getting tipped around. And Bell, I think, ends up with it. He gets it out. Begel wanted a 3. Goes back to Smith. Still can't hit it. Ball still tipping around. Bodies flying everywhere. Caleb Ochin ends up with it. What a hectic transition there. And Caleb's fouled by Roberts.
Had the ref bailed him out there. Just made that move a little too fast. Mine was working a little too.
Yeah, Caleb was headed for the ground. That ball was headed out of bounds, and Roberts reached in and got a little too much of him. Paul Foreman checking in now for the Pilots.
Could gauge out a much-deserved breather. Had a nice little start to the half.
And Ochin does get it inbound to Clay Yo. Clay going to give it up to Wass. And Paul Foreman wasn't ready for the pass from Smith. Goes off his feet. And good idea there by Stowers to back off. He didn't have any help, and he had nowhere to go. That's Stowers for 3, and that's no good. Marian really needed that. It's been a slow start here this half.
And we don't want to give him too many of those looks because he's...
Oh, what a pass! And by that same token, what a play by Deion Smith defensively.
2 nice plays there. I mean, what a gap that Caleb Ochin fit that pass through to get it there to Foreman, but good recovery, like you said, by Smith. Great block to eliminate 2 easy Pilot points.
And a delay here. I'm not sure why. The officials seem to be talking to Paul Foreman. And we'll get back to the action now. 16:03 left on the clock. Ball tipped away. Clay tried to get a pass out, got it back, almost airmails it. Wass able to track it down. They've only got 3 seconds. Ochin's got to get a shot up. He gets it off. He hits it! What a shot from Caleb Ochin!
What a shot.
3 beating the shot clock. Holy cow! Pilots lead by 13.
Man, that was nice.
Smith driving in, loses it, gets it back out to Begel for 3, and the answer, no good. Wass ends up on the ground. And now go to the Pilots.
I'm still mesmerized by that shot.
I don't know how Caleb Ochin did that. We've got our under 16 media timeout. And the circus shots that the Pilots have hit tonight. First half, it was a lot of off the glass, driving in. This half, Caleb Ochin beating the shot clock. Oh my goodness.
I mean, there were 2 defenders right there, just right there, right in his face, and he somehow got it off and made it. Wow.
15 left, and everybody in attendance tonight at the Y Camp Center still has to be amazed by what we just saw from Caleb Ochin, who with the shot is now the third Pilot to hit double digits. Man. The other thing about that is that gives the Pilots a 13-point lead. They've played very well so far to start this half, and Marian just can't seem to get anything going offensively.
Yeah, little by little we're strengthening and extending that lead, and that's what we always harp on the Pilots to do. And once they get that lead, not to relinquish it, and they've done a nice job of that so far.
Ochin now with the ball for the Pilots. Jordan Kuhn back into the game along with Gage Ott. Pilots wrapping it around. Smooth's going to down low to Gage. Off the glass and good. And Gage continues his good night. That's 14, tied for the lead scorer with Clay Yo. And a nice play back the other way by Dwight Cliff off the glass over Gage Ott.
Hey, he's another capable player they have, and he's had a pretty quiet night so far.
And they're going for an alley-oop, and a foul coming the other way. That just never seemed to got going. Even if there wouldn't have been a foul called, Clay was nowhere near where he had to be to get that to go down.
No. Not even close.
Stower's going to bring it up the court. I don't know if I've ever seen a team roll it to half court with 14 minutes left in a game.
Yeah, that's definitely a different strategy there by Carson Harrison and the Knights. And I guess they're all about crunching that time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when you're down and a miss through there, when you're down double digits, if you can get as many seconds as you can out of a possession, you might as well do it. Paul Foreman driving in, and he's fouled by Cliff. Paul will be able to shoot two here. That was on the shot. And Paul does get the first one. And he hits them both. So you talked about just stretching that lead, ballooning that lead. And as the first half wound down, it was around that 7 to 10 point range. Beginning of the second half is that 10-12. Now you're getting into that 12-15 mark, and you just keep expanding it because, again, we said it in the first half, sooner or later, Marian's a good enough team. They're going to start hitting shots. Yep. You want as big of a cushion as you can have.
Exactly.
And Stower's front iron, no good. Offensive rebound by Cliff, but he is triple teamed down there, and he throws it away.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go with that ball there, just hoping he could get it out. And
Paul Foreman's going to take a jumper, no good. Stower's the rebound. Hill takes an extra dribble, and that doesn't go. And Marian just can't seem to get anything going. They've had some good looks. That was one of their better looks, and Hill just couldn't hit it.
Just nothing will fall for him right now. I mean, we thought for sure Stowers would have a nice game, but he's been cold pretty much all night.
Clay was just down low. That's just unacceptable from the Marian defense. Clay standing by himself underneath the basket. Nice dump off pass there from Painter to Cliff, and that'll go out of bounds off of Gage. And that'll get Trav and Ryan Wasink back in the game.
Clay Yo comes off limping here, so hopefully that's not anything.
Well, Clay going right over to the trainer. He wears that brace on his right leg. It seemed to be favoring his left.
Yeah, we'll all hope it's nothing serious because we know the Pilots cannot afford to lose Clay over any extent of time. So
you can see he's taking his shoe off, and looks like they're going to retape that ankle. So you hope it's just a tweaked ankle there. Of course, I mean, you and I both know if it is, the worst thing you can do is sit.
Yep.
I mean, it's going to start to just swell up on you. So hopefully nothing too serious.
Yeah, knowing Clay, he's a warrior. He'll be out there as soon as he can. Just get that ankle taped up so it doesn't get any worse.
As it stands, a 17-point Pilot lead, just under 13 to go in the game. Painter now picks up his dribble in the lane, has nowhere to go with it. Finds Deion Smith driving in. They double team Smith. He's going to get it out. Begel was ready to shoot. He takes a dribble, drives in, and a nice little floater in the lane. Caleb Begel.
Good move there by Begel.
Jordan Kuhn coming back. He shot fakes, drives in, off glass, no good. And Smith the rebound, and Gage and Begel go tumbling to the ground, get back up, no harm, no foul. Begel's going to take a three, no good. Woeful miss there from Begel.
Yeah, their outside shooting has been atrocious tonight. Just cannot make anything at all.
He's swinging it around. It's Jordan Kuhn now, up top to Gage. And a foul called on Deion Smith trying to get position. Wass had him beat, and Smith just grabbed a hold. Gonna get it into Gage, takes a dribble, and he gets blocked away. Great play by Painter. Stowers now trying to make a move on Wass, holding his ground.
They need to get that matchup switched back at another dude as soon as possible.
Foul called on Wass. Tough call there. He was trying to move with him, and Stowers driving in now, takes a pull-up jumper, and Smooth ends up with the rebound.
It's been a tough night for Stowers offensively.
Travis almost traveled. He left his feet, had nowhere to go.
Good
down
position.
low, Gage through some contact, and that's going to be on Deion Smith, I believe his fourth.
I believe you are correct. That's 4 on Deion Smith, and got some antics for the ref. Doesn't believe he was.
He's got to be careful. You start doing that, you start showing up an official like that, they'll end your night before you get a chance to.
Yeah.
And Gage hits the first free throw.
And he's been very efficient tonight from the free throw line. It's good to see.
Gage here with the second free throw. And it's able to rattle home.
Got it.
And a block called on Travis, moving with Stowers there. 11 minutes to go here at the Y-Camp Athletics Center. Pilots 67-50 is the lead, and really there was that early stretch as Stowers takes a three and hits it. Big shot there for Marian, but there's that stretch at the beginning. Marian is out to a 13-4 lead, and since then the Pilots, they've clamped down defensively, really controlled this game at their own pace.
Yes, they have. I mean, you're judging by the start of the game, I mean, you thought Marian was going to control anything that wanted to be done, but that lasted for about 4 minutes, and then it's been all Bethel ever since.
Turnover there from Clayo. He traveled. Stowers going to come back now, going to try to drive past Wass. Stops up. Nice pass and a dunk from Nick Painter. That was a fantastic play by Wesley Stowers.
Yes, it was. I mean, and there's where he can impact the game as well when he's not scoring, is distributing the ball, because his quickness and he's a great ball handler.
Clay-O now with the ball. Gonna give it up to Ochin. Takes a jumper. He's got it. Great play there by Caleb. Got his man off his feet with the shot fake, stepped into a jumper. Pilots lead back up to 15, and Coach Carson Harris beside himself. I think he thinks that Caleb left his feet with the shot fake.
Yeah, he was pretty livid there for a second, wasn't he?
Well, and also right now upset with his team, because this is a team that's much more capable than 55 points with 10 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, like you spoke to. I mean, they're potentially a top 5 team, and I mean, they're definitely not showing that here tonight. And I mean, who wouldn't be frustrated if you were coaching a team with that kind of potential?
And that being said, though, 10 minutes left. The Pilots are not out of here yet. We've seen just a couple weeks ago, you and I called that game against St. Francis, and it was about a 10-point lead with 3 minutes left.
Yep.
And that came down to the very end, Pilots only winning by 1. So this game's certainly not over, and a team with Marian's capability to score the basketball, if they can get hot, it could certainly turn this game on its head. So the Pilots have to keep their foot on the gas and keep going.
Yes, exactly. I don't feel sorry for any of the conference teams when we play them at home. You know, some people say, take your foot off the pedal, whatever. No love for these conference schools. No love at all.
You got to keep going at it, because you never know when a team's going to get hot, especially a team that's playing in the Crossroads League. Stowers gives it up to Begel. Stowers is going to take a 3. He's got it. He's hit a few from that deep.
And that's what the Pilots don't need, is for him to show up, for him to heat up. We need to get a hand out there in his face.
They've changed the score as Wassink drives in and gets fouled by Stowers. They've changed the score. They must have, I think they gave Caleb Ochin 3 on that last shot, and they've corrected it to a 2. So it's just a 69-58 advantage here with Wassink shooting 2 free throws. And he gets the first one to roll home. Now the Pilots have 70. Ross comes up short on the second, so 1 of 2 for him. Begel driving down the lane, and that's a tough call on Clay. I mean, Begel essentially handed him the ball driving in, and Clay gets a tough call against him. Yeah. He's done a good job, though. I mean, that's just his 3rd here. He came into the half with 2.
I don't agree with that call whatsoever. I mean,
and Begel does miss the free throw, so
nothing cheap or chintzy here for Clay-O here in the last 9 minutes, because we're going to need him on the floor, so he's going to have to play smart.
I mean, yeah, he did a good job not getting a foul the first 10.5 minutes, but now you got to try to go again, because if he gets another quick one, he'll have to sit. You can't have him out there with 4.
Yeah, he'll have to sit for an extended period of time at least, but that's something we want to avoid. But all in all, he's a very smart basketball player, so I don't see it being a problem.
Ochin going to wrap it around. Now it has Travis Smith back to Caleb Ochin. Takes a jumper, fading. Ball bouncing around, and Darius Mitchell ends up with it. So a shot here for Marian to get it to single digits. First time it's been that in a while, and the shot rolling out, but Mitchell ends up with the rebound. Kicking it out to Darius, and they're going to reset. 3 ball, no good, and the rebound to Clay-O, but almost a turnover. No one
that was almost bad.
Really there, but Pilots do end up with the ball. They're able to settle down here. Trying to go down to Clay, and I think That's going to stay with Bethel. I thought that was off of Clay.
I did too. There's a little forced pass there by Travis Smith. Wasn't much room.
It'll be Ochin to inbound it here. There's 8:38 on the clock, an 11-point Pilot lead. Going to down low to Gage, and not sure what. That's just Gage just out of position. And the officials are going to have a talk.
Have these sloppy plays down the stretch or what we can't afford? I mean, they've been all too common at points this year.
And I'm not sure what the delay is here. But it is Marian ball, and yet another chance to get this thing to single digits. Stowers driving past everybody, kicking it out, wrapping it around. Nick Painter. Begel now going to wrap it over. That's Mills. No good for three. Rebound to Gage Ott.
Yeah, Mills had a couple nice looks, just can't get anything to go. I don't know.
Coming dangerously close to that half-court line there was Travis Smith. Ochin under 10. Nice pass,
Good.
Caleb Ochin, and one! What a find from Caleb Ochin.
What a pass. And he's so good at that. Off that pick and roll play, or Gage or whoever is rolling, he is so good at getting that pass into small windows.
Gage is able to hit the free throw there, so completing the old-fashioned three-point play, putting the Pilots back up by 14. What a play there from Stowers. He ended up hitting the dust. I think everybody's okay. Him and Gage both went down. I don't know if there's a wet spot on the floor. But the made jumper there, under 8 timeout. There's 7:38 to go. Pilots leading 73-61, and really the story of this second half, the Pilots got that lead around that 15. They ended up being up to 17 at one point. Marian started to chip back at it. But when you give yourself that big of a cushion and a team starts playing better like Marian has the last couple minutes, you know, you look up and, yeah, they've been playing better, but they're still down double digits, and that's to the credit of the Pilots at the beginning of this half not taking their foot off the gas.
Yeah, and it's so much easier to play when you're the team that's ahead by 9, 10, 15 points, whatever it is, and the team trying to come back. I mean, you almost feel like you've got to play perfect basketball. And by no means has Marian, and by no means has Bethel, but like you said, Bethel's, they've continued to execute, and they should be well on their way to another Crossroads League win.
Well, and we see so often the way that these big upset, or these big comebacks rather, happen is you get a team that gets up and they start playing not to lose.
Yep.
And the Pilots certainly didn't do that to start the half. You hope they can keep that level going. The final 7:38. We will see how it goes. On the floor, it's going to be Jordan Kuhn, Clay Yo, Travis Smith, Caleb Ochin, and Gage Ott. And for Marian right now, man, what kind of game would we be looking at if Deion Smith could be out on the floor? He's been sitting for a while now.
I mean, it's definitely a different ballgame with him on the floor. He's their best player, obviously, and does a lot for that team. So we've got to take advantage of this little break we have from seeing him out here. But no doubt, definitely a different ballgame with him.
Clay Yo was fouled going in. And Clay can't hit the front end, so Pilots from here on out will be shooting 2. And how is Nick Painter standing down there by himself? miscommunication from the Pilots and an open dunk for Painter.
Definitely defensive lapse there at its finest. Nobody was around Painter.
Clayo fouled up top by Dwight Cliff, and so he'll head back to the line. Pilots in the double bonus now, so he'll get 2 free throws. Clay misses the front end, so that's certainly not what the Pilots need, is to start missing free throws.
Not at all. We've patted their backs all night with how good they've done at the line, and down the stretch is when it matters. Got the second one though, so righted the ship somewhat.
11-point Pilot lead.
Nah.
Good defense there from Clay Yo. Get Painter to pick up his dribble. Now they're going to go down to Cliff, trying to make a move, and a foul called on Jordan Kuhn on the shot. So Cliff will head to the line. If he makes them both, it'll be a 9-point game with 6:35 on the clock.
And they're creeping right back into things. I mean,
and Cliff does hit the first. And he hits them both, so single digits. First time it's been like this since halftime when the Pilots led 49-40. Ochin ends up with it in the corner. Clay Yo driving in, has it stolen away by Cliff. Almost has it stolen away by Ochin. Up ahead, he's fouled, and it just doesn't roll home. So Wesley Stowers getting out up ahead of the crowd, drawing the foul. He'll shoot 2.
And that's what we just said we can't have, is this lackluster attitude with the ball. I mean, these turnovers are going to come back to kill us one of these times.
Stowers does miss the front end. Still has one coming to him. He does hit the second, so 1 of 2 at the line is Wesley Stowers. Foul called on Jordan Kuhn, so another Pilot turnover, and Mike Lightfoot's gonna call timeout. Have a talk with his boys here. 6 minutes to go, and at the last timeout we were saying how well the Pilots did of keeping their foot on the gas and taking care of the basketball and the lead, and now these last couple minutes here, Marian has not only gotten this to an 8-point game, but they now have the ball because the Pilots just can't hang on to it.
Yeah, I mean, very, very poor possessions right in the last 2 minutes by the Pilots. I mean, silly turnovers. I mean, I don't really know where Clay was going with that drive. There were 4 guys there. Stupid fouls. I mean, the Pilots just need to get it back on track. They were to start the half in the second half of the first half. And I think we'll be fine.
Mike Lightfoot telling his players the same thing right now. I think he's telling them a little more vehemently than you and I just described it, but certainly Coach Lightfoot not happy, and nor should he be, because the way this has gone, the Pilots had a 17-point lead all the way down to 8 points now, and 6 minutes is a heck of a lot of time left in this game. So we'll see coming out of this timeout, Marian will have the ball. They can get this thing down to 6, maybe even 5. So Pilots really need to come out and turn things around defensively before they get back going offensively.
Yeah, they do. I mean, and they know what they need to do. I mean, whether Coach Lightfoot harps on them or not, I mean, they are all smart basketball players out here on the basketball floor, and I mean, they've shown what they need. They've shown what they need to do capability-wise to win the game, and if we just get back to that, we'll be fine.
Stowers driving in on Gage. No good. Offensive rebound to Cliff. Nowhere to go with it. Out to Stowers for 3, and it's a 5-point game. Wesley Stowers knocking home the shot. And stolen away. Lazy pass from Clay. And what a throwdown by Nick Painter. Clay getting lazy.
That's not something you want to see out of your best player, because when he plays at a high level, everyone plays at a high level, but it works in reverse too. If he plays at a low level, I think that affects everyone else as well.
Well, it's all of a sudden a 3-point game. Clay's going to take a pull-up jumper, back iron, no good. Rebound out to Painter.
And that's just not the shot you want when you're struggling to get a basket.
We'll see if the Pilots can get a defensive stop here. They need one badly. Marian has all the momentum going their way. Stowers wants to take this by himself. He's going to drive in, and he steps on the baseline. Great defense from Was, keeping his position. Yeah. He forced that turnover.
Yeah, he did, and I mean, you look at it, that's all. You think, man, it's a mismatch, and I bet that's why he called everyone else off, was because he thought he was going to blow by, but great defense by Was there on the wing.
Trav going down low to Clay. Clay looking for somewhere to go. Gets double teamed. Gives it off to Gage, and he's good off the glass. And right there it is. Pilots get a stop defensively. A big effort play. They come back. They finally get a basket.
It's funny how that works, isn't it?
Now they're going to go down low. Ball's on the ground. No one knows where it's at. Caleb, nice play to end up with it.
Good hustle there by Caleb.
Watts here. They're going to go back up top. And try to go down low to Gage, and he swatted away. And he traveled before the shot, and I think Gage tweaked his ankle again. I hate to say that, but the way he walked out of there, and Coach Lightfoot going to call another timeout. We've got 4 minutes to go in this one, and yeah, first thing Gage does, well, the way they're stretching him out, that could just be a cramp.
Yeah. It's definitely something. You never like when an injury faces any of your players for any extent of time, but hopefully he's all right and get back out there, because he's had a very nice game down low for the Pilots tonight.
Well, he is going to take a break. How long it is, we will see, but you've got Ryan Watson, Clay Travis Smith, Caleb Oach, and Jordan Kuhn ready to go out there. So the Pilots are going to play this small, and right now I got to tell you, we talked about Deion Smith. He had a good game. I got to give up some love to Nick Painter. He's up to 10 points now. He's had, I'd say, about 3 blocks. He's been going at it for Marian. Nick Painter really has been the story for me. I mean, Wesley Stowers is up to 17 now. He's gotten his in the second half, but I really think Nick Painter's been the spark plug, and that's what's led this comeback. And they have been on a big comeback trail, has Marian, and they're about to have it here, down 5 with the ball, 4 minutes to go. Anybody's game.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. We got to give Nick Painter some credit, because you go on the road, you look for momentum within your team because there's nothing there from the crowd. And, I mean, he's brought a couple thunderous dunks, a couple nice defensive stops that have really got his team going and kept them in the game.
Stowers with the ball now, gives it up to Mills. Stowers 3, no good. Rebound. Clay's able to track it down.
I mean, the Stowers has been hitting those in the second half, but early in the shot clock down, I mean, you want to get the best look possible, and you can get that look anytime.
And Clay no good on the jumper. Ball loose. What a play by Jordan Kuhn.
Great hustle there by Kuhn. What a tip.
Going down to the floor. Man, what a play.
The littlest things always make the difference. Like they say, the little things make the big things happen.
First guy to the floor always wins on a 50-50 ball, and Jordan Kuhn got it there. Clay giving it up. Caleb Ochin looking for somewhere to go. He's going to take a 3 in his man's face, and he's got it! 3 ball. Caleb Ochin, 3 minutes to go. Pilots back up 8.
Man, he has hit some impressive jump shots tonight.
Going down low, Painter again, and that's a bad foul by Jordan Kuhn. Man, he just made that fantastic play going after the loose ball, but man, a bad foul there. He was beat. He really wasn't going to get up and stop that.
I mean, yeah, just don't compound the problem there. I mean, you already got beat on the roll. You weren't there. Just don't compound it by fouling. I mean, because this is what they need, points with the clock stopped with only 2 minutes and 50 seconds left.
And Painter does miss the and one, so Pilots dodging a bullet there. Gage trying to make a move. Nice handoff there, and to the basket goes Caleb Ochin. All of a sudden, he's got 19 on the night.
That's a sick little give and go there. Good pass.
Oh, what a pass. And a foul called on Clay Yo. Man, that is tough, and that's going to be Clay's 4th. He and Smooth both with 4. So that's big heading down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm not really too sure about that call. I mean, called him on a body.
Well, you want to talk about passing, though. I mean, Caleb Ochin has the free throws missed. That pass from Nick Painter.
Nice.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, your boy Nick Painter, I mean, doing a little bit of everything tonight.
We'll see if Cliff can hit the second, get this to a 7-point game. He does. Ott now wrapping it around. To the basket, no call either way. Gage somehow gets the offensive rebound. And a timeout called. What a play by Gage. A team high 23 on the night.
And Carson Harris is livid again.
Yeah, I mean, the way the games are called nowadays, when you've got a guy seemingly in position and bodies hit the floor, you expect to call one way or the other. They let him play. Gage ends up with the offensive rebound, but of course, the argument Carson Harris is making is, my guy wasn't moving. My guy got hit and ended up on the floor, and there was no whistle.
Yeah, and I mean, it's worked both ways tonight. I mean, we've seen some of our guys take some charge and not get the whistles, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. I mean, I'm sure he's frustrated. His team's not performing well, not getting any calls on the road in a big game. I mean, of course, the tempers are going to be flaring, but all in all, good way to clean that up by Gage.
I mean, right now, Marian trying to avoid what would be a season worst 3-game losing streak. They have yet to have a losing streak like that this season. And the Pilots are 2 minutes and a second and a 9-point lead from giving it to them.
Finish this 2 minutes strong and take some nice momentum into Saturday at IWU.
In 2 minutes.
Well, tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, Pilots have a game tomorrow night. We won't have that one for you on BSN. Kind of an odd non-conference game in the middle of the week, but Stowers to the rack, just can't finish. Marian really needed that, and Travis Smith is fouled. So he'll head to the line and shoot 2. And that, we'll see who they call the foul on there. And Travis hits the first, back up to a 10-point Pilot lead.
Pretty quiet game for Travis offensively tonight.
He's up to 6 points now. And there's his 7th. But even with that, I mean, you have Gage at 23, Caleb Ochin 19, Clay 17, and past that, a lot of guys sitting around that 7, 8, 9 mark. So it's been a team effort tonight for sure as Nick Painter drives in, gets the basket off the glass, 9-point game. Travis coming back down the floor. Marian's going to play defense. They're not going to foul yet. Mills does end up fouling. I don't think he wanted to.
Yeah, he took a nice little jab there at Kuhn trying to get the ball right in front of the ref, and not many times you get away with that when there's a guy in the white and black stripes standing right there.
It's good to get it to roll out. That one will go, and so Jordan Kuhn, the 4th Pilot to end up in double digits. Stowers coming back now. Gage out on him, driving pass to the basket. Foul, then he can't finish. He'll have 2 free throws coming his way.
Travis Smith, just the latest Bethel Pilot to join the 4-foul club, so he's now got 4.
Stowers missing the first. Ryan Wasink will come in for Gage Ott.
Good night for Gage tonight. Real impressed with his effort.
The way things are looking right now, that should be the end of Gage's night. Minute 16, led the Pilots with 23 points. Stowers ends up missing both free throws. Offensive rebound by Cliff. He goes back up, and Clay Yo is on the ground. He took a shot somewhere.
That's not what we want to see.
Seems to. They're calling the trainer out to him.
And this is not the stretch of the season, let alone any stretch of the season where you want to see.
They're sending everybody back to the bench now. Clay still just laying on the floor.
And hopefully it's not a head injury, because you know how serious those are taken today, and whether you think you're ready or not, all the precautions you've got to go through to get back on the court, and that could take a while.
And right now, I mean, the trainer's just sitting with him. They're not. Comes up to his knees, and man, everybody just holding their breath right now, waiting for Clay Yo.
He looks like he's a little lost, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's trying to just kind of get his feet back under him. Gets to his feet. And that's got to be the end of Clay's night. He tries to just shake the cobwebs off as he walks off the floor.
We all wish him the best with that situation. I mean, let's hope it's not anything serious, but as much as we love basketball, his health will always come before that, so best wishes to him.
Clay getting his bell rung there. You hope he's okay. As far as the court goes, we've got 1:11 left. It is Pilot basketball with a 10-point lead. The press is on for Marian. Last-ditch effort. Loss does get it inbound. They get it over Jordan Kuhn.
Not really the place for Jordan to pick up his dribble there, but worked out.
Jordan Kuhn with the ball. They give it up Travis Smith. Travis almost losing it. He's able to get it up to Kuhn. Kuhn driving in under 10 seconds. Wass trying to cut to the basket, saves it, and it's out of bounds off of Marian. So Wass just doing all he can to keep the possession with the Pilots. 4 seconds on the shot clock. So they got to get something off quick here. Ball just kind of sailed out of nowhere. They give it up. Travis Smith, deep three. Back iron, no good. Travis gets his own miss. And that should be about it. And Stowers is going to come out and foul him, but 35 on the clock. Travis is shooting 2, and the Pilots are going to walk out of here with their 3rd straight win. And it was a good one.
Yes, it was.
Marian made a run there. They got it to a 3-point game after the Pilots led by as much as 17. But they were able to come together down the stretch, close it out. Really good win for the Pilots here against a 12th ranked team in the country.
Yeah, it's always a good win to get it. It's always a good win to get a win ranked for any team, but I mean, I'm sure we both recognize the Pilots probably didn't play their best basketball, the best brand of basketball they've brought all year, but I mean, hey, we still found a way to get the W.
Stower's going to bring it up the floor for the Knights. Bethel going to give it up to Painter, who hits a turnaround jumper, shot clock off. They get it up to Travis Smith, and he should be able to dribble out the clock. Jordan Kuhn has it, and a foul by Bethel. That don't need to really do that, but
just prolonging the inevitable right here by Bethel.
Kuhn will have a chance just to pad his stats. And he missed a little bit of an opposite way there for that to go for Jordan Kuhn. Not how we wanted to see that end out. And the second one is good. Pilots leading 89-78 here. 17 seconds left in this one. Nick Kindig able to check in, get some time out here. Stower's driving jumper is good. 10 seconds on the clock. They get it inbound to Grant Gaylor. Jordan Kuhn now going to hold it. And that will do it. Pilots 89-80. They win this one over the 12th ranked Marian Knights. They sweep Marian on the season. And this Saturday, folks, heading down for a big matchup with the Wildcats
showdown
of Indiana Wesleyan. Get ready. Those games are always a treat. If you can make it down, you better go make it down, because that will be a good one. If you can't, they will have their own stream. Watch that. That will be a fantastic game. As far as Bethel Sports Network goes, we're going to go on a little break here. Pilots have a couple of road games, but next Saturday, February 13th, Valentine's Day may be the day after. There will be no love lost in the game we have for you. Goshen coming to town. Pilots will be looking for a little revenge. We'll get to that later. Hope you join us then. But tonight, Pilots 89-80. Get the victory over Marian. For Griffin, I'm Ethan. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.